I will call the meeting to order and ask for any declaration of conflicts proper time. Seeing none, I need approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Wayne Morris, seconder. Dave Dew, thank you. I'll now read the application. Notice public hearing application for minor variance A-04-25, applicant Linda Logan, owner Wyoming Feed and Supply Limited agent. Location of the property 6859 Hickory Creek Line. Purpose of the application to permit the severance of a surplus farm dwelling severance. The proposed surplus farm dwelling severance necessitates variance related to the regulations associated with the property frontage requirements. But more specifically, the proposed severance of the surplus farm dwelling would result in a retained agricultural lot frontage of 78.85 meters, whereas Table A of the Township Warwick zoning bylaw 121 of 2012 requires a minimum frontage of 150 meters. Take notice that the application under the above file will be heard by the Committee of Adjustment on September 2nd, 2025 at 8:45 a.m. Warwick Township Municipal Office. Any person may attend the public hearing and or make written or oral representation either in support or in opposition to the proposed minor variance. The meeting will also be live streamed on the Township YouTube channel. I'll ask the secretary to read the dates and places to notice the public meeting.
Notices were sent by regular mail and posted on the property on August 18th, 2025.
Heather, I'll ask you to read any letters, submissions supporting or opposing the application.
Any comments that were received are included in the planner's report, which is included on your agenda.
Thank you. I'll now ask Will to go through the planner's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So good morning, everyone. I'm here in Johan's place. Johan was away unexpectedly last week, so I completed the report. So what we have here is an application for severance and minor variance. This previously went through rezoning. The severance would be a parcel with 106 meters of frontage and 1.5 hectares or about 3.8 acres parcel size, containing an existing house, a garage, and a what was at one time a chicken barn. The retained farm parcel, excuse me, would be about 78 meters of frontage and about 100 acres of acreage. So the severance, our recommendation is that it be approved. And I'll just run through the conditions by way of kind of explaining the application. So first of all, it's going through as a surplus farm dwelling severance. So Warwick Township has a unique policy in that it requires that the parcel go through council first for the rezoning. So provincial policy requires that with a surplus farm dwelling, you do not allow a house on the retained farm after the house is severed off. And the way that we do that is through rezoning. So the policy requiring that the rezoning be dealt with through council first means council is essentially looking at whether or not the severance is a legitimate surplus farm dwelling severance. So council has already looked at this and is of the opinion that it is a surplus farm dwelling severance, subject to conditions. So I'll run through the conditions. So the first four conditions are just the standard conditions: that they complete a reference plan, that they pay the deed stamping fee, that there's a lapsing date of 2 years as per the Planning Act, and that the drainage be reapportioned. Condition 5 is regarding access. The retained farm parcel does not seem to have an access, so condition would be that the road superintendent or the roads department be satisfied that there is an appropriate access installed. There's a lot of trees in that frontage, so they would have to remove some trees to actually create access into the interior of the farm. It's a wood lot that's measuring it. It's 0.7 hectares, so it's less than the size at which the county woodland bylaw applies. So there wouldn't be any special permits needed to create that lane. It's also not a natural wood lot. It's a spruce plantation, relatively recently planted. So the condition is that the Public Works Department be satisfied with the access, that there is adequate access on both the severed and the retained parcel, and any new or upgrade to the entrance would be to their satisfaction. Conditions 6 and 7 of our recommendation relate to septic. So County Development Services has not found any records on site for this site with regards to the septic system. Showing that the septic system is in good order and either installing a new one or bringing it up to standard would be a condition of severance. The former chicken barn, which has been converted to storage, by bringing it onto a residential lot, it needs to be shown to be in compliance with building code for residential accessory use. So that is a condition that they obtain a change of use permit and make any alterations to the building necessary to make it in compliance with Ontario Building Code. Condition 9, surplus farm dwelling severance. So council was not staff was not entirely satisfied that the house is a surplus farm dwelling. So the agreement was that with a condition being in place that the retained farm be sold to a farmer to whom it would be surplus, would meet that condition. So the condition that is included in the recommendations basically requires that there be an agreement of purchase and sale be provided to the municipality, showing that it is going to a farmer who owns land within the municipality, and that would meet the requirements of that policy. Your Public Works asked a question about water supply. We did not see anything on the mapping to indicate where the well is for this property. It is serviced by a well. The time for submitting the report didn't allow us opportunity to get that information. We still don't have that. So a condition is that they show that the well is in fact within the limits of the property. If say it were on the retained farm, then either have to sort something out, drill a new well, maybe adjust the property line a little bit, or grant an easement. So the conditions are worded such that an easement is granted for access to a water well if that's necessary on the retained farm. The last condition, excuse me, is that they obtain a minor variance for the retained farm's frontage. So that would be met by committee granting the minor variance that is the other application before you, and it being approved and the appeal date coming to an end. So that minor variance is for frontage. The requirement is 150 meters of frontage. The actual frontage is about 78 meters. So minor variances can be granted where it meets the intent of the official plan and the zoning bylaw. It's appropriate for development of the use. It's minor in nature. So these minimum lot size requirements, both frontage and area, relate to trying to reduce parcel fragmentation and parcels becoming too small and potentially even going out of use. We're not concerned with that in this situation. Even though the frontage is only 78 meters, in behind it widens out to a typical farm lot size. It's got about 100 acres, which is the minimum farm lot size. And there's no worries that this parcel is not going to be farmable. So we're supportive of the minor variance as well for that reason. So that's the conditions of consent, and then the minor variance application. We have no objection to either of the applications.
Thank you, Will. Linda, do you have any comments or anything you want to say? Or Brad?
My name is Brad Zan. My name is Brad Zansing, Wyoming Feed and Supply. Here to answer any questions, but we're supportive of the conditions and like to proceed with this application.
Thank you. I see nobody from the public is here to ask any questions. So I'll move on to the committee. Does anybody have any questions or comments on the committee?
Yeah, Linda, is there any of these conditions that you might find that are unrealistic or you have trouble with?
We worked with your planning department and we're very aware of them. Not saying we're fully in agreement with everyone. But when we can navigate solutions, we took that approach rather than trying to move forward. So.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Any other committee members with questions? Carolyn?
Just a question, this is a larger lot size than usual offered for severancing, and are we setting precedents on larger lots? But the farm is larger, I realize that land being that is staying within the farm, just asking the question.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'm a little bit at a disadvantage with this one. I wasn't involved in the application from the beginning. But this was brought before council, and I think that was one of the things council looked at as part of it. Yeah, it's a situation where, yeah, normally you wouldn't want a parcel that large. You know, because you want to maximize the amount of land staying with the farm for its long-term flexibility. But on the other hand, you have this existing building that, you know, it has some use left in it, right? But do you want it to stay with the farm and potentially become a problem in terms of its proximity to this new residential lot? Or does it have some usability for this residential use? And so that's the balance. I think that's why the farm is bigger, is because of this building that is there. Council made the determination of balancing one versus the other, that this was appropriate.
Thank you, Will. Any other questions from the committee? John?
No, everything seems fine to me.
Okay. Rob? No? As there are no further questions, the committee hereby closes this portion of the meeting. Notice the decision will be mailed out within 10 days from the date of the committee's decision. The appeal period is 20 days after the date of the decision is mailed. After that date, if there are no appeals filed, then the application becomes final and the property owner will be sent a notice. Thanks everyone for attending. Now I'll ask the committee for a decision. Wayne?
I would like to propose a motion to accept both the minor variance and the surface farm dwelling application as being approved.
Get a seconder? All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.